Alright, so let's bring in a few more packages and tools that we are going to use. First, let's go to Tailwind website, which is linked in the description. And I'm going to install a Tailwind plugin, which is Forms. So if we scroll down all the way to the official plugins, we have Forms down here. This will take us to a GitHub repo. We just want to install this as a node dependency. So let's copy this command and go back to the terminal and just paste it in the same folder. So when that is done, we just have to import that in our Tailwind config. So let's copy this require statement and go back to our project, open tailwind config.js. We have this plugins array and we just want to paste that right here. And that's it. We can close Tailwind config file. Then we want to bring in font awesome CDN because like I said, we are going to use some icons. So if you go to this page, we want to grab the first one and I want to click on this copy link tag. So we will grab that. And then in our project, we can open resources, views, and app.blade.php, and we can just paste that in the head tag. I am also going to make some comments so it's clear what we are doing here. I also want to bring in a Google font, so I just make the comment first. And let's go back to the browser. I have already opened fonts.google.com, and you can choose, of course, any font you want, but what I like to use is Monstrat. So we just click on it and then we want to go to get the font and then get embed code. And we just have to copy these links so we can copy everything, go back to our project and paste it in the head tag in our app Blade component. So now we have font awesome and Google font. Then we want to tell our application that we are using this font. So there are multiple ways to do this, but one easy way is to configure our tailwind config.js. So we have the theme here and it is extending an object. So it's an empty object. So we can extend the font family here. This will take another object. Now, as the key, we can pass the name of the font. So this could be anything, for example, my font. But what we want to bring in is this part. So let me zoom in here because this is too small. Basically, we're just grabbing the name of this particular font that we are getting from Google. So I'm just copying that part. And as the value for that custom font, we are going to paste that in an array. So let's add an array and then say Monstrat as the name and also sans serif as the fallback. So I will put this in a string. And of course, I don't want to call this my font. I want to call it the same name right here. So I can just copy this, paste it right here. And if I format it, it looks much nicer. So by doing this, we are exposing this new font to the whole Tailwind classes. So if we go back to our app.blade and on the body tag, we can specify the font. So we can use the class attribute and then we can say font. You notice Monstrat is added for us up here. So we can just choose that. And if we go back to our project or our website, you can see the font is changed. All right, so that's Google Fonts. And the last thing we want to do is to set up our mail trap. So later on, when we are sending emails, we don't have to do the setup. So first, make sure you have an account with mailtrap.io, which is free, and then you will be directed to your homepage or to your inbox. But we want to go to the email testing. So either on the left side, you can click on it or on the homepage, and this will take you to your inbox. So you want to click on your inbox. And on this page, you should have this integration information. We want to select PHP down here and then Laravel 9 plus, and then copy this information. So I'm going to copy the whole thing, go back to our project. We can close these documents for now, and then open our env document. And down here, we have our mailer setup. We want to delete these first 5 lines. So make sure you get mailer, host, port, username, and password. You can delete them and paste what we get from Mailtrap. And of course, make sure you have your username and password. So we can save this document and close it. So that is our setup for our application. Now we want to start creating different parts of our app. And the first thing I want to do is to add the dark and light theme switch. So we will have an icon up here, and when we click on it, we want to switch the theme, and then after that, we will start with authentication system. So let's do that next.